At the center of a mountain surrounded by trees, there lies a sinkhole known to the locals as a tiangkeng or heavenly pit. Inside that sinkhole is a primordial forest, and on the southwest corner of that were two figures. A man resembling Indiana Jones, if he were Portuguese, stands in front of the entrance of a cave, carefully inspecting the area. Walking up behind him is a petite woman dressed in her finest outdoor garb, putting her backpack back into some semblance of an orderly position after dodging and weaving through the trees. The pair are outside the village of Pinj in China's Guangxi Autonomous Region. The karst landscape they found themselves in was very scenic, but it was important for Ricardo Silva to concentrate on what he was doing. This was no sightseeing pleasure cruise, but instead a dangerous mission. Ricardo began to really explore the mouth of the cave, looking for anything out of the ordinary, as something bone-colored caught his eye. Ricardo moved quickly with his nimble fingers, digging at something interesting in the ground. Ricardo says to Siska, "Before I dig whatever this is up, I want you to know that I was very impressed with your command of Chinese. I couldn't have gotten this far without you arranging everything. Also, could that outfit actually look any more spectacular?"
I just hope we don't run into your friend Mr. Masselroy. I am going to be very disappointed if that map Eustace took photos of wasn't correct.
I know, Siska. I didn't think we'd ever get that man off my back. He kept calling for days after I refused to join his team. I am only glad the security team didn't decide to search me again after that little pat-down they gave me upstairs.
Well, it didn't hurt that his eyes were transfixed on me from dinner onward. Ricardo pulls a large primate upper skull from the ground and shows it to Siska. Siska says, "Too big to be orangutan." Ricardo responds, "VO, it doesn't seem to be fossilized." We are not in the Himalayan mountains, so it cannot be a yeti. I think we should be okay. Didn't you bring bear spray too?
Ricardo Silva continued to dig in the ground, this time producing a mandible measuring at least 7.5 inches in length. "Ricardo, VO, I don't see any footprints, not even human." Ricardo set the skull and mandible on the ground and appeared to stare intently at them for a while. He then looked around the area and said,
The village elder mentioned to me that the Tiangkeng was cursed and filled with bad energy. I just thought that was a superstition that would work to keep them out of our hair. Don't worry though, I will keep my eyes open for big footprints from now on.
Ricardo then went into his bag and pulled out a brush. "Ricardo, VO, stay back."
As you wish.
Ricardo Silva, the Portuguese silver stacker extraordinaire, then began brushing the dirt off the stones at the foot of the cave. He was sweating profusely after dusting the stones enough to discover symbols upon them. Ricardo reached into his bag without looking and grabbed a tome. He was looking at it intently when a sudden noise from behind him startled him.
I remember something. I remember as a little girl at the museum they talk about Chinese ape with funny name, Giganto something Blackie. I remember little me thinking it was so funny that name, Blackie.
Well, at least we know what animal that probably is. Judging by the size of the skull, that thing has to be 8 feet tall. I hope we don't find any.
They are extinct, silly. Nothing to worry about.
It isn't only coins that are worth keeping on these expeditions. Extinct animal carcasses are sometimes very valuable as well. Only thing is, that doesn't feel or look fossilized to me.
Are you a big expert on fossils?
Those who are forbidden must leave. Besides, Eustace loves taxidermy. You've seen his silly stuffed Cheshire, haven't you?
I always thought that thing was gaudy. I never tell him though. He is like in love with it.
Feast here. I'm going in. Waiting here for me. Beautiful.